Good set of filter pliers makes all the difference. Now this would normally just be gushing fluid out. Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tony and this is Tony's Tractor Adventure, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of maintenance on the TYM T474. I got a new tool to show you that's supposedly going to make our life a lot easier. What it is, it's a VAC TRAC, and it puts a vacuum on the transmission or the engine or whatever you're working on so that fluid doesn't rush out when you're changing the filter and make a big mess. This is going to be good for like if you're in the field and you need to change a tractor out, maybe you don't even have enough oil catching capability. Just because this is my first time, I do have a oil drain pan here, but what we're going to do is we're going to stick this vacuum cleaner, basically a portable battery powered vacuum cleaner, on the transmission and create a vacuum inside the transmission. Then we're going to remove the filter and put a new filter on. Why this is important. So let me talk about why we're changing the filter. Oil doesn't go bad. It does not go bad in 500 hours. It doesn't go bad in 200 hours. It's just dirty. So if we change the filter out more often, it's going to make the oil last longer. What I'm going to do is use this system to create a vacuum on the transmission. We're going to try to change that filter out without draining the oil all over the place. And then what I also like to do is throw a little bit of this hydraulic oil booster to replace the additives that kind of wear out or deplete over time. So it's basically boosts the hydraulic fluid back up to where it was for a fraction of the cost. You guys know that, especially in the bigger tractors, it's hundreds and hundreds of dollars to replace the transmission fluid. So you don't want to waste that. All right, this is the VAC TRAC. This is the star of this video. Power button, USB-C charge, it charges up. This is the blow air out this side. This is the suction side. It's got magnet around here, which just would be good for like just standing on something and having it set there so you know where it's at. But these magnets that run up and down the side is the one you're going to use. So in this case, we're going to stick it right here. And these are good, strong magnets. They're not weak. Yep, they're pretty stout magnets. And then you got your hose kit that you're going to run into this or into this end and go into your end of your transmission. That's the fill port of the transmission. Now let me show you some other things. Okay, so here's the kit. Comes with the vac and the little case, and it comes with all these adapters. Well, I think what we're going to use today is this right here. It's a rubber adapter, and then this hose just to go down to the actual fill port on the transmission. So this is just a rubber grommet basically that's wedged. All right, we're going to pull this port off. Now I talked with the manufacturer, and basically this is the gist behind it. We're going to put the grommet in there that's going to actually seal off, and then we're going to take the VAC TRAC and just put that tube right in there, and then we can just mount that magnet anywhere. So what you're going to do is turn this on, and you're going to hear a change. Now there's some volume inside the transmission, and basically what we got to do is create a negative pressure. So you're going to listen for the vacuum cleaner to come on and see that you're going to hear a change as the pressure reduces on the inside. The goal is to create a vacuum on the inside of this oil sump or whatever you're working on. You want to create a vacuum on the inside. If there is a vent that allows pressure to go both ways, you'll have to take that off or you'll never be able to create a vacuum. I can hear the pressure going up, or actually the pressure is going down on the inside. So there's actually less pressure, atmospheric pressure on the inside of the transmission than it is on the outside. And therefore, when we take the filter loose, oil shouldn't just gush out the side of it. You're going to lose some, but not like you would otherwise. So this vacuum cleaner thing's pretty neat. Like you can just whatever's metal, you can mount it to it. So right now we're getting no pressure out of it. That means we have a vacuum on the inside. So let's go around here and change the filter and see if this really works as advertised. So here's the hydraulic filter. All right, I got my filter wrench. Guys, we're going to find out if this thing works as advertised or not. If this works, it's going to be a neat thing. We're going to turn right around and do the filters on the 2515. just the filter, what's in the filter's leaking out. It's definitely not coming out as much as it normally would. It's just barely coming out. Here, I can actually hear it sucking fluid back through. It sounded like somebody sucking on a straw in a milkshake that was empty. So we did that without a dramatic amount of oil. This one's a little bit higher. We're going to do the 2515 next, and that's really going to be the test, because that low filter, if it doesn't work as advertised, it's going to pour oil everywhere. All right, I just want to show you the vacuum, or let you hear the vacuum. And we'll turn the thing away so you can hear the vacuum on it. You hear it's like a vacuum cleaner getting sucked. That was an easy test because that filter was not that low, so you didn't have a whole lot of pressure on it. However, the next one we're going to change out the 2515, the low filter. It's got two filters. This one has a strainer and one filter. 2515 has two filters. It has a hydraulic filter and a hydrostatic filter. And the hydraulic filter is down very low and has a direct path to the oil pan. So we're going to find out if this thing really works. I think it's going to work. Some people may agree or not agree, but I don't have transmission problems or hydraulic problems on my tractors. So when you change that filter out like this, your additives in the transmission wear out some. I just take a little bit of this Lucas, squirt it in there, probably about a half a quart just to top it back off. And that puts fresh additives back into the transmission. But like I said, right now we'll run up here and grab the 2515. We're going to see if this thing really works like they say it works. So I just figured out something else. I put it around, I changed this around and put it to the side that has it blows. It's like a blower. What I'm doing is I'm going to use this pressure to blow off the dust and stuff around my... I mean, it's not a lot, but it's handy. There's a drain fill plug. So now the drain fill plug has got no dust around it. The yellow one. All right, what I'm going to do now is just see if this... I don't even know if it has to have the grommet. Put that in there. Push it around. Let's see if we can hear it. So it's not... It's blowing air out. If this thing is sucking air anywhere else, like there's a vent, this one has a nipple vent that right here, but it's closed. Still a hair. You got a vacuum leak somewhere. Not very much. We'll see. All right, we're going to do the easy one first, and this is the one that's probably not going to leak as much. Just whatever's in the filter is going to leak out. If I can get it off. There it goes. Somebody put that on really tight last time. I don't know who that would be. So that's the fluid that's in the filter. So not very much is coming out of that. A little bit. No O-ring. This one, I wasn't expecting a lot of fluid to drop. The big one's the one I think is going to be probably the fun one. If this works on the big one, this thing will save you thousands of dollars of hydraulic fuel over the life of it, because hydraulic oil is expensive. All right, so we got that one done. Now comes the real test, the big one. So what makes this system unique? A vacuum is nothing new. People have been using vacuums like shop vacs to change oils for years. But this is mobile. It lets you go in the field. You don't need anything other than this little thing, this little VAC TRAC, and you're ready to go. So on these medium height filters that don't have a lot of flow going to them, it works really good. I'm especially proud of the one on the 474 because you could hear it sucking the oil back up through that port. It sounded like somebody sucking a straw at like a milkshake or something that was about empty. Oh, there we go. Good set of filter pliers makes all the difference. You can get some serious leverage and angle. This could be very, very bad. We're gonna screw this off and see what happens. All right, can you hear that? It's actually sucking the fluid back up. Now if it'll keep doing that, you're going to back up, baby, so I can get to this and make this happen. Now this would normally just be gushing fluid out. I see the O-ring right here is off. Put the new filter back on. That O-ring stays in there and doesn't spin out of place. You hear the vacuum cleaner pick back up. Hand tight. Okay, that worked amazingly well. So I'm out in the field and made it happen. I maybe lost a quart of oil, whatever was inside the filter, and my hat. I got crazy hat hair. Dirty butt. And a dirty butt. Yeah, we can get brushed off, it'll be okay. So I'll go back here, and I'm gonna pull this vacuum out so you can hear the vacuum. And we're gonna do the same thing as we did before. We can put some Lucas in there to add a little more stabilizer to the more additives back to the hydraulic fluid. And we are ready to go to work. So we lost that much fluid, basically a filter's worth of fluid. What I'm gonna do now is crank the tractor up. I went ahead and put my stabilizer in it, the oil additives, and then I'm gonna go ahead and crank it up, let the hydraulic system purge all the air out of it, and I'll check my fluid on level ground and top it back off. And we'll be ready to go till next year, most likely. So there's the VAC TRAC. Here's a little kit with all the parts in it. Comes with this nice little case. And I am pleasantly surprised at how well it worked. I appreciate VAC TRAC sending this to me. They're like, hey, we're gonna want you to test it for us. I tested it and it actually does what it says. Again, I'm pleasantly surprised about that. Listen, link will be in the description of the video. If you're interested in this, don't even know how much it costs. I know it's not gonna be that bad, but it's pretty handy. Listen, God bless, have a great day.